Okay, great question. Thank you for asking. So, in order to be eligible for Canadian citizenship, one must spend at least 3 years in Canada before they become eligible for Canadian citizenship. You can count at least maximum 1 year from your temporary residency. For example, if you came here on a student visa and then you were on a postgrad work permit, then you got PR. Out of that 3 years of requirement, you can count maximum of 1 year from the time period when you were inside Canada on a temporary visa. And then you have to spend 2 more years while being on a permanent residency to complete the 3 years experience or 3 years residency requirement to apply for Canadian citizenship. Now, there are two exceptions in which, if even you were outside Canada, you can still count that time period as inside Canada. And those two exceptions are, number one, that you were working for any Canadian armed forces or Canadian administration. No other companies, directly for Canadian government. If you were working for Canadian government and you were appointed outside Canada, you can count that work experience, or you can count that time period as the eligible time period spent inside Canada. The exception number two is when you are accompanying your Canadian citizen husband or wife or common law partner, and you are accompanying them while they are at the public business, such as they are working in a Canadian armed forces or they are working for any Canadian administration. We're not talking about the companies, private companies in Canada. We're talking about directly on Canada government's business. For example, you were appointed in Canadian Armed Forces, or you were appointed in a position in any Canadian High Commission or a Canadian embassy outside Canada, then yes, that time period spent outside Canada can be counted as if you were inside Canada in that 3 years residency requirement for Canadian citizenship. These are the only two exceptions. Thank you.